Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumera Kamal. The headlines first. Foreign Minister left for Britain today to represent Pakistan at the Commonwealth Extraordinary Meeting in London. Election Commission has completed all necessary arrangements to hold election in merged tribal districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The Accountability Court Islamabad has issued notice to PMLN leader Maryam Safdar for submitting fake trust deed in Avonfield reference. Taliban and other prominent Afghan groups during two-day intra-Afghan talks in Doha have agreed on a roadmap for peace in Afghanistan. China has called on the United States to withdraw a potential $2.2 billion arms sales to Taiwan. Chitral A won the Shandur Polo tournament, beating Gilgit-Baltistan A by 6 goals to 5 on the concluding day of festival today. And now the news in detail. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says Pakistan will continue playing its due role in the Commonwealth. He was talking to media before leaving for Britain on a 2-day official visit today. The minister said he will be participating in an extraordinary meeting of the Commonwealth in the United Kingdom at the invitation of British Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said he will have opportunity to meet his counterparts of other member states of the Commonwealth on the sidelines of the meeting. The minister said he will represent Pakistan's report about mandates of 2018. A 5-member delegation from Emirates National Bank, led by its CEO Fahad Al Qasim, called on the advisor to Prime Minister on Finance, Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh, in Islamabad today. The advisor welcomed the delegation and expressed confidence that mutually beneficial relationship with the bank will further strengthen in the future. The CEO of NBD gave a brief introduction of his bank and the financial services offered by it. Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh welcomed the bank to bid for ventures that the government is planning under various programs. President Dr. Arif Alvi says Pakistan regards Japan as its close friend and a key economic partner. Talking to Ambassador Designate of Pakistan to Japan, Imtiaz Ahmed, who called on him in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan would like to facilitate Japanese investors in every possible way to invest in all sectors of its economy. Congratulating the ambassador designate on his new assignment, the president said the relationships between the two countries are on an upward trajectory, but still need extra efforts to realize the true potential. He emphasized on the need to explore possibilities in Japan for Pakistani skilled and semi-skilled manpower. The president wished Ambassador Designate a successful stay in Japan and hoped that his tenure will bring more vigor and energy to the bilateral relationship between the two countries. The Election Commission of Pakistan has completed all the necessary arrangements to hold elections of the Provincial Assembly in the newly merged tribal districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa on 20th of this month. A meeting chaired by the Chief Election Commissioner, Justice Sardar Mohammad Raza, in Islamabad today was informed that Army would be deployed at the most sensitive polling stations. The meeting was also apprised that Section 144 has also been lifted in these districts to remove the hurdles in the running electoral campaign by the candidates and political parties. The representatives of the provincial government assured the Election Commission of all-out assistance. They said that the security is improving in the new districts that will facilitate holding of elections in a peaceful environment. The Accountability Court Islamabad has issued notice to PMLN leader Maryam Nawaz for submitting fake trust deed in Avonfield reference. The notice has been issued by Judge Muhammad Bashir. Maryam Nawaz has been summoned to appear before the court on 19th of this month. Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal says reports appearing in media about Prime Minister Imran Khan's participation in Eastern Economic Forum in Russia are speculative. In a tweet today, he said Pakistan and Russia remain in contact about engagement at the highest level. The spokesperson said any announcement in this regard would be made formally at appropriate time. This is Radio Pakistan. In occupied Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference has thanked people of Kashmir for observing complete shutdown on the third martyrdom anniversary of the great Kashmiri martyr Burhan Muzaffar Wani, saying that the silent protest should serve as an eye-opener for every conscious and sane person in India and the world at large. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference in a statement in Srinagar and said despite living in a fearful and suffocating environment with non-stop bloodshed, death and destruction and psychological and physical torture, the people of Kashmir can never be cowed down by military might and iron fist policies. The statement deplored that Indian forces are cowardly targeting defenseless people to quench their thirst of hatred and arresting them to create a graveyard-like peace to hoodwink the global community. Taliban and different Afghan groups have agreed on a roadmap for peace in Afghanistan during their two-day talks in Doha, Qatar. The joint statement issued after the talks called for an end to civilian casualties and the protection of women's rights within an Islamic framework. Meanwhile, US-led negotiator Zalmay Khalilzad said Afghan's meeting with the Taliban was a big success. In Afghanistan, at least 4 security personnel and 10 militants have been killed in clashes between Taliban and government forces in Kunduz province. Governor of district Imam Sahib Mehbubullah Sayyidi said a group of Taliban militants attacked the center of Imam Sahib district, which met resistance of government forces. The European Union has urged Iran to reverse its decision to raise the level of uranium enrichment beyond the level allowed by 2015 nuclear deal. Spokeswoman for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy Maya Koyingcheng said that bloc is extremely concerned after Iran announced that it is producing material with a fissile purity of 4.5%. China has called on the United States to withdraw the potential $2.2 billion arms sales to Taiwan. Spokesman of Foreign Ministry Zhang Shuang strongly opposed the action at a daily news briefing in Beijing today. Earlier, the U.S. State Department approved the possible sale to Taiwan of M1A2T Abrams tanks, Stinger missiles, and related equipment. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has said that he is optimistic after dialogue between his government and the opposition resumed in Barbados. He said delegations from both sides have arrived in Barbados to discuss a 6-point agenda. The talks are the third round since the Oslo talks in May. Chitral A won the Shandur Polo tournament, beating Gilgit-Baltistan A by 6 goals to 5 on the concluding day of Shandur Festival today. In the first semi-final of ICC World Cup against India at Manchester, New Zealand were 211 for 5 in 46.1 overs when the match was stopped due to rain a short while ago. And finally, the weather. Dust thunderstorm accompanied by gusty winds is expected at scattered places in Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Lahore, Sargodha, Faisalabad, Hazara divisions, Islamabad and Kashmir. Dust thunderstorm rain with gusty winds is expected at isolated places in Peshawar, Kohat, Job and Dera Ghazi Khan divisions during the next 12 hours. Hot and humid weather is expected elsewhere in the country. To end the news, here are some of the headlines once again. Foreign Minister left for Britain today to represent Pakistan at the Commonwealth Extraordinary Meeting in London. The Election Commission has completed all necessary arrangements to hold election in merged tribal districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The Accountability Court Islamabad has issued notice to PMLN leader Maryam Safdar for submitting fake trust deed in Avonfield reference. China has called on the United States to withdraw a potential $2.2 billion arms sales to Taiwan. Chitral A won the Shandur Polo tournament, beating Gilgit-Baltistan A by 6 goals to 5 on the concluding day of festival today. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.